Welcome on in, everybody, here to the Postgame Pod at Auburn Undercover. Nathan King, joined by Jason Caldwell, Patrick Bingham behind the camera. The sprinklers on the field once again, and Jason, feels like we've been here before. Yeah. But maybe it has never been this bad. It really felt like rock bottom tonight for Auburn in a 10-3 loss at home to Kentucky. Yes, that score feels unbelievable. But unfortunately for the way that this program has gone offensively over the last few years, it's not actually that unbelievable. And Jason, just from the quarterback indecision, the lack of preparedness, it seemed like, an offensive line that was just getting whipped, and generally an Auburn offense that looked terrible against an SEC defense that hasn't been very good this year. No. Is just, Hugh Freeze said it, he used the word unacceptable, and that's what tonight was. It was absolutely unacceptable the way Auburn looked.
Yeah, nothing much you can say. It was that bad. I think what Tennessee scored 56 in Lexington last week on this same defense. Kentucky had 11 sacks for the season coming into tonight and had 7 tonight, and I think they probably had another one where Ashton Daniels ran up and got tackled at the line of scrimmage, but it was as bad as it gets. It reminded me of 3-2 Mississippi State in like 2008. It was that bad. It was not what you wanted to see if you're Hugh Freeze and this offensive staff, because you made a change to get a spark. You're looking to kind of turn the corner, and you turned the corner, but you ran into a bus, because that's what happened tonight. And that's not, I mean, that there's no other way to say it. I mean, that was disappointing. You're right. No excuses. And I don't know where you go after this. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, Hugh Freeze said it, like you said. He said there were zero excuses for the way that they played, zero excuses for the way the team is right now. And I think that's really the main part, Jason, that I keep coming back to. This is not year one with a patchwork roster. You were just talking about it in there. This is one of the worst passing offenses in Auburn modern history.
Yes.
With an incredible group of wide receivers, and it's year 3 in Hugh Freeze's system for an offensive-minded head coach, and it's just an absolutely dreadful product on the field.
And that's it. I mean, you look at it and you go, what do you hang your hat on? You hang your hat on going out and developing and winning and scoring points on offense. And not only has it not gotten better, it's gotten worse. This is the worst group we've seen under Hugh Freeze, and this is the most talented roster there's been. I mean, look at offensive line group, there's some talent there. Wide receiver group, this is as talented as a wide receiver group as Auburn's ever had. And they threw 31 passes for 123 yards tonight against a team that gave up 300-yard receivers last weekend to Tennessee alone. Auburn threw for 123 total. I can't even explain it. I really can't, because I asked Hugh Freeze, about protection. He said, look, we went max protect on third down in the second half. Well, if they was max protect and they still can't block anybody, then you might as well be done with it. Because, I mean, I don't know. At times there was time to throw. And, again, Ashton Daniels looked really good last week coming in. And tonight, Ashton Daniels looked like Jackson Arnold. Yeah. Wouldn't throw the ball, didn't throw it. I'm at a loss for words. I really am.
There's never been a more clear game, I think, that quarterback is not your problem. It is one of your issues, and this group has not panned out the way Auburn would have wanted this season, but offensive line also was absolutely dreadful today. But really, Jason, the elephant in the room here, and it's difficult for us sometimes because in situations like this, you don't dive all the way in. You certainly don't give a bunch of fire to people saying, oh, you got to get rid of the head coach. And you and I aren't going to go out here a few games ago and say, that's it for Freeze. They got to get rid of this guy, because there's still a whole season to be played.
Yeah.
And there still are games to be played.
Correct.
But for me, when the fans are already booing in the first half, they are chanting "Fire Hugh" as you walk off the field and you just scored 3 points against Kentucky. I personally do not know what else you have to see, and that's just where I stand.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine a situation where you come back from this one.
Yes,
in my opinion. Now, look, I've been here when you've done this 27 years. I've seen a lot of these situations. It did not feel like 2012 Texas A&M felt, to where it felt like the whole team just died. This one felt different, though, in that offensively you went, man, there's nothing there. And it felt so lifeless. Defense gave you an opportunity again. Yeah. They played really hard. They gave up 10 points. They gave up some plays too, but far and away they played well enough to win this game. But when you just don't do anything offensively, and you're right, you're thinking, okay, it was quarterback. When you look at it and go, well, it looks exactly the same, maybe worse than it was, then quarterback isn't the issue. Offensive line has some talent. What's the issue? Is it overall scheme? Is it play calling? Hey, it's all of it.
Yep.
It's quarterback. It's offensive line. It's play calling. It's scheme. Because you can't do that what we saw tonight and it not be all of it.
Yeah.
It's everything.
It was very fitting. It was a lot of totality here for this offense. And you wrote it in your column after the game. When you have an offensive-minded head coach, and even when you don't have an offensive-minded head coach, it all falls at his feet. And he knows that. And Hugh Freeze said after the game, look, he knows the gig.
He does.
And he said after the game that he would love. He asked about the fans chanting at him. He would love to have more patience and more time with this team. But I thought that was kind of a telling response. And so now it's going to be interesting to see what happens on Sunday and Monday. We could be completely wrong here. The only person that knows is John Cohen and the people in that room what they're going to do about this situation. And it's an interesting coaching cycle. Do you dip into this one? That's been a conversation with teams like Auburn, teams like Florida State. But when you do this, it's almost like
I would say it didn't feel like to me that was in the process.
Yeah.
But you said, look, there's still 4 games to be played. After tonight, everything feels like it could change. It may not, but it sure feels like this opens up the door for something that maybe we didn't think was quite possible even 4 or 5 hours ago.
And just a few weeks ago, things felt like they were going in a really bad direction with this team, but you didn't want to put your feet all the way in one direction or another. And then all the coaching carousel stuff started spinning. And now Auburn is in a position where, like you said, I just don't necessarily know how you come back from that one. So 10-3, Auburn loses to Kentucky, and it's kind of crazy to sit here and think about the fact that there have been so many of these results. And I think that's kind of the number one thing here is that there were some people that were still pointing out this and that and maybe giving Freeze a chance with this. I just don't know how many people are going to have that mindset after a game like this. I don't know how many people are going to necessarily find an argument for that. And so we sit here, Auburn loses 10-3 to Kentucky with an absolutely dreadful offensive performance. Please keep it locked at auburnundercover.com. There has probably never been a better couple days for you guys to stay tuned. We will be paying very close attention to what happens, and we'll see if it ends up being a wild Sunday and Monday. If it doesn't,
or a wild Sunday and Monday. It's going to be wild one way or the other.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And regardless, we'll see you guys over there. So thank you guys for listening tonight here at Jordan-Hare Stadium as we have remained dry, but this is pretty fitting as well. For Patrick behind the camera, Nathan King, Jason Caldwell, catch you over at auburnundercover.com.